This is the One Episode Rule, a podcast about first impressions. I am Magpie. Still percolating on what to watch now that I've caught up on my shows.
Mm-hmm.
Tentatively going through Turn A Gundam a bit at a time, simply because one of our good friends wrote a whole ass video essay about it.
Yeah,
and I have to see enough to watch it.
We have to be able to see that video essay someday, which means getting through all of Turn A Gundam, which is fine because Turn A is good, but it's a lot of it.
But there's a couple of other things I'm considering.
This is why I don't have friends.
Like
don't have to watch anime.
Like going back to Witch from Mercury.
Oh, yeah.
Or
gotta get there.
Or Ranking of Kings, or live action One Piece.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow, yeah, you gotta watch that one. That's fun.
You should. I for one say you should keep up the Pros ED train and watch Ranking of Kings.
Yeah, nice. He's in that too, right?
Yeah, he's Kage.
If he's in there, I have to watch the dub. But how are you guys? What have you been doing?
Oh yeah, hi, I'm Joey. It's been a quiet week for me. Not much in the way of anime. So yeah, when I do watch more stuff, I am gonna be on the Turn A train because I've been drawing them, the Gorals. We don't need to talk about that.
Also pushes you out of the way. I forgot that I bought the Dungeon Meshi manga. I have it for real in my hands.
He has it.
I need to get volume 2 because the anime has already gone past the content of this manga.
Wow, incredible.
And maybe 3.
Wow.
But I do like it. It's very it's gorgeous, and also there's a couple of jokes that the anime skips that are very funny. So I am thinking, it's not actually in the volume I have, but I am thinking about a conversation Leos has with the orc chieftain later on that is extremely fucking funny. Anyway, I cede the floor back to you.
Well, I'm done talking about myself.
Yeah, it's my turn. It is my turn, right? Like you.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
I thought you were going to talk about me for a second, and I was like,
oh yeah. Here's our good friend Louis. Speaking of Louis, actually, this is completely unrelated. I did just catch up on dang! Now I've forgotten the whole Solo Leveling. I caught up on Solo Leveling. It was good.
Oh, okay.
No, sorry. You can talk about yourself now.
I mean, it's been quiet for me too. I haven't really watched anything. I've mostly been in an art rabbit hole because I've realized in my 28 years on this planet, I've slowly developed a style.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a good one.
I've been doing that too, but just for practice. So I've just been drawing all the fucking elf women of 2024.
Yeah. We're elf enjoyers here.
I also drew an elf woman, so.
I did too.
So yeah. You guys want some news?
Let's have some news.
All right. I only have a little news, but it's not bad news this time. It's good news and kind of questionable news. But The Boy and the Heron has become like the third best performing animated anime film in the US.
Wow.
In like history.
Wow. Behind what?
And also I'm still mad that it's The Boy and the Heron because it's based on a book, and the book has just a real ass title.
Like a real title, yeah.
But it is only surpassed by Pokemon the Movie 2000.
Wow.
And Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba the movie Mugen Train.
I mean, that makes sense. Mugen Train literally got nominated for Academy Awards. So
Mugen Train's popularity was almost fucked up. It haunted this podcast's news section for a while.
Yes.
For what feels like months.
I badly need to see that, actually. It's been a long time since I've been on the Demon Slayer train, not to make a pun, but...
Also, in live action news, turns out Oshi No Ko's artist has no involvement in Amazon's live action series.
Oh, what?
She seemed to be trying to spin it in like a positive light about, oh, I have so much to do. I simply didn't have time to consult on this.
Yo.
So I'll be looking forward to it as a viewer. And I'm just like, if I was super into Oshi No Ko, I think I'd be troubled by that.
I would no. That's a little.
Are either of you familiar with Rick Riordan?
Yes.
No.
His books being
Percy Jackson series.
Yeah, the Percy Jackson series. He had no involvement in the movies, and it showed. And
he did not. He wasn't happy with it.
Yeah, like he for a decade was like, I do not support this. So I would hate to see something like that happen with the Oshi No Ko artist.
That's unfortunate.
She was the tweet's tone is cheerful though, so it doesn't. So if she's mad about it, she's hiding it pretty well.
Hopefully, she's at least getting a good paycheck for it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, that's the news. As for what we're watching, we couldn't come up with anything. So unfortunately,
I offered to come up with something, but I got turned
Louis
down.
was desperate to go looking for something,
please.
but it was time to begin the podcast.
Listen. All I had to go was to my anime list. I could have found something. Like I could find something right now if you talk for 2 minutes.
Just pick the first thing.
Like,
I'm already opening the drawer. I'm already pulling out the gun.
He's got a gun! Oh my god!
I don't recognize your gun.
I have already spun the cylinder, as it were, and I need you guys to pick me a number between 1 and 6.
2.
It's 2.
2? All right. Looks like we're gonna get love flops. File this one under shows that would kill Blackle immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and
that's
I'm literally
true.
DMing her right now, and I said the show would have killed you.
It's a good thing she didn't.
You would have been destroyed.
Show up for this one.
Who wants this blurb?
I suppose I'll read it.
Yeah, you're not making.
Will you take the ring to Mordor?
I will take it. In the near future, when technology has significantly advanced, a famous AI TV fortune teller seemingly foresees high school student Attaché Kashiwagi's day with pinpoint accuracy. On his way to school, he encounters Izumisawa, Bai Mongfa, Karine Istel, Amelia Irving, and Ilya Ilyukin. Despite meeting them for the first time, Attaché suddenly receives love confessions from all of them at the end of the same day, perfectly aligning with the fortune teller's prediction. As if that was not enough, Attaché soon learns that these 5 individuals are actually candidates to become his bride, and they have been invited by his father to live at Attache's home. Left with no other choice, he reluctantly allows them to stay, resulting in a bawdy turn of events that brightens up his average high school life. However, as Attaché spends more time with them, forgotten memories gradually resurface. While uncovering the hidden truth, Attaché begins to believe that his fate with these potential partners might be more than just mere coincidence.
This is just romantic killer.
Wait, you wait, because I gotta lay out some questions. First of all, why was it necessary for it to be in the future?
I don't know.
Good question.
That's not really impactful to the plot.
It's not. They just wanted to draw future technology. I didn't realize that there was the fortune teller was AI.
Yeah, it's an AI.
That's strange.
It's not even like the dog shit meaning of AI we have now.
It's like an actual artificial intelligence.
The fucking Star Trek holograms. But so it's like a weird inclusion. It's like fucking when questionable content started having little fucking robots in it and being more about them than the characters.
Yeah.
Secondly, I gotta lay this out because I have like theories about like the fucking overarching idea here. Because if it's not the dumbest thing it could be, then it feels like somebody taking every trope from a harem anime and then inflicting them on a man who does not want them.
I feel like
it's some sort of like fucked up, like satanic curse.
I feel like that's giving this anime too much credit myself.
It was so elaborate though. But
I mean, maybe. I don't know what they're doing here.
Or that either that
they're
or
being
they're just
horny is what they're doing.
Yeah.
Either that or they're
In all
just
gross
trying
ways.
to examine the fucking harem anime obsession with implausible circumstances where misunderstandings happen. Because the thing with the banana was fucking
That
crazy.
was demented.
Okay, so
I don't
Okay.
want to know what that means.
no, it's you know what? It's
You didn't-
less
okay.
fucked up than you think.
Louis, you tapped out before that happened. Let's just say he wasn't actually tenting in his pants. It was literally just a banana.
And they foreshadowed it. But anyway. So
I'm hanging up now. Goodbye.
so yeah, our boy Asahi, we're gonna call him that because I can pronounce Japanese words if I look at them and say them slowly, but Kashiwagi is going to ruin this episode if I keep saying it. But Asahi is having a dream. He's having a standard anime dream, white void, and there's a girl standing with her back to him, and she says something he can't understand, and he goes, "Hey, wait!" and goes to chase her, and then everything fades away as you hear his alarm clock go off.
Who could she be?
Also, why does he have two alarm clocks? And why did one
when
throw the other at him?
You know when you sleep past one alarm and you got a second alarm that's like
it's the
backup.
future. They make one-time use alarm clocks if he wants to. I don't know. That makes no.
We can't.
Sense.
But we get introduced. Introduced to the horror of the smart house because his house AI throws the other alarm clock at him. It's like a little. It's like a little fucking like magical girl like mascot guy, but he's a plushie and immobile, and he just sasses his owner.
I don't.
Fuck him.
I have low tolerance for these kinds of mascot characters, and this one is not interesting.
I hate these little guys.
I hate them.
Although it is an interesting marker of his personality that whenever he carries this thing all the way downstairs and commands him to turn on the lights and TV and shit, you can actually see he has a collection of plushies, which is unusual. Just an unusual detail.
Yeah, it is unusual, I suppose.
There's a lot of things unusual with this show.
It's the future, and he is using a toaster from what appears to be 1920 to fry bananas. He's a kind of an odd guy.
The inside of that toaster has to be messy.
Yeah, it's got to be fucked up in there, doesn't it?
Yeah, actually, that's a fire hazard. Bro's gonna set his smart house on fire. That would be the good ending of this anime.
Will it save him? So yeah, as the news is on, and as he's sitting there in his PJs, about to get ready to go to school, the the AI fortune teller segment comes on, and she's like a stereotype of one. So she's got like a veil and shit, and a crystal ball and candles.
It's not super ideal.
And she comes out with it was just like those of you born on October 8th, and he's just like, hey, that's my birthday.
That is.
Did they always have this program on TV?
I don't like that is 4 days after my birthday.
Scary.
Sweating intensifies.
This could have been you.
No.
It could happen to you.
No.
Don't worry, I won't let it happen to you. But she comes out with just like, today your lucky words are corner, staircase, cleaning robot, dog, train, letter. And he's just like, oh man, I'm not gonna remember all that shit.
Like, must not mean anything.
Oh shit, I'm late. And because the AI is screeching at him, it's like, you better get going. And then he looks at his future phone, which I always like this variant of the future phone, just the stick you pull out of your pocket and it just projects a hologram, like fucking Venom Snake would have used. But But yeah, he's looking at it. He's just like, what was he rushing me for? I had plenty of time. And while he's looking at his phone, oh shit, he's gonna run into a girl.
Yep.
Because she is fully Ray Ayanamiing it down the street.
Toast in the mouth.
She's got the toast in the mouth. She's a glasses girl.
Yeah.
Purple hair and just black hair actually. But yeah, she just fully runs into him, and thus we begin the trials of Asahi.
This is just gonna happen to him all day long.
Can I just sum up the next 10 minutes?
How hath God blighted Asahi Kashiwagi? Because every time this happens, it happens in the most stereotypical way imaginable. So she fucking fully smashes into him and lands on top of him with her pussy facing him. And he goes to sit up, and he's just like, "Oh God, whoa,
whoa."
And she scrambles to get up, and she's just like, "Oh God, I'm so sorry, I ran into you. You didn't see them, did you?" And he's just like, "No, I didn't see them. I didn't see anything. I never saw anything ever."
She's just like, good, because they're not cute today. And I was
like,
who talks like this?
And then she's just like, who talks like this?
Why did I say that? Yeah. She's like, I have to go.
I have to go now. Which is the best scene that we get.
Yeah, this is like the only scene approaching anything that could have potentially made me giggle, and even this didn't do it.
I did think the banana was funny. But anyway. And then I saw something later that was so horrifying that I did laugh, but in like an uncomfortable, scared way.
Oh my fucking God! I know exactly what you're talking about.
So yeah, he's just like, oh geez, that was crazy. Hey, what is that on the ground? Because it's just like, oh, it must be her handkerchief, and he just stuffs it in his pocket. This is obviously her panties.
Yeah.
Well, girl, what are you wearing? Why are you wearing the quick releases?
How do you
got plans later?
What? Okay, I need forensics done on this. What angle do you have to be like hitting the person at what velocity to make the panties fall off like that?
Yeah, because they would have to like fly off her legs.
A very specific one, because if you go just a few degrees off, you're going to give her the wedgie of a lifetime that might kill her. But we got to move on because he's got many more pains to endure.
Yeah.
It's funny. This guy is nothing. Asahi is literally nothing. He's Yoshikage Kira. He just wants to live a quiet life.
Yeah.
I do feel more pathos for him than the rent-a-girlfriend guy, because that guy at least deserved it. So yeah, what was who does he run into next?
I think he runs into the train girl, the teacher, the green-haired one on the train.
Is it the train? Okay.
Because he gets on the train.
He runs for the train because they both realize they're late, and for whatever reason they take different trains to the same school later on. Yeah, that happens, which is odd if you think about it. But
fine.
She goes to. He's just like, shit. The train's going. Also, there's like a weird aside where they have more AI helping like old Japanese people figure out what platform to go to.
I forgot about that.
And I'm just like, what a horrible future where grandma just has to argue with a hologram to figure out where the fuck she's going. But yeah, he gets on the train and he's just like, wow, it's really empty in here. He's just like, oh well, at least I don't have to worry about finding a seat. And he sits down. And he starts to drift off a little, and he hears somebody stomp in, and he's just like, oh, and she's just like, oh God, I almost missed it. And she sits down right beside him, and he's just like, what the fuck?
You could choose any seat on this train,
so
and
empty.
you chose the one that's directly next to me.
And she sits down like normal, and then immediately falls unconscious. She just goes to sleep immediately on his shoulder. And he's just like, yo, what the fuck? To the point where she's like grabbing his arm, and as he's trying to pull away, she's like, oh, 5 more minutes. I can't eat anymore. And he's just like, oh God. And he tries to pull away, and they fall into the floor of the train, and she wakes up and he's fully leaning on her tits because of the way they fell.
Because of course.
And what?
I said because of course.
Because of course, that's how it happens.
Yeah, that's just how it happens.
It's just how it happens.
Given the fact that this time it is an adult woman, an adult Chinese woman, it's actually much more plausible than what happened earlier because she's quite well endowed. But yeah, she wakes up like that, and immediately now this is a pointless discussion of who is best girl in show, but she's best girl in show because she immediately throws out a fucking like hammer kick on instinct that just grazes his hair and fucking dents
Fully
the metal
dents
railing that
the metal like
runs from the ceiling to the floor.
Doesn't she say something like, "Oh, I'm not in danger" or something like that?
She's just like, no enemy? Must have been a dream. Because he is left. He's just like, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
He's like, I'm in fucking danger. Everyone in this show is an enemy, by the way.
Everyone is his enemy. And he is our enemy.
He is our enemy in
I don't
this
know.
show. We can't. No. You stop it.
You know what? I bet by episode 2 he would become our enemy. That just sounds like the kind of writing this show would employ. But anyway, it's time for him to continue to be tormented. How long does he have to what is his route to school? This is a nightmare. Because the next one the German girl?
Oh God!
Is he going down the stairs?
No, the next.
You tapped out before, so
no, I tapped out at the first.
The next one is the one in the park being
No, it's the cleaning robot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he's there's a cleaning robot going by, and it's picking up trash and like trash.
Garbage.
Oh, I forgot about this girl.
And he's hiding in the bushes because he's just like, you're not gonna fucking get me, not this time.
You're not gonna get me.
It wanders off screen, and then he's just like, aha, I avoided the trash robot. It really was just superstition. I'll be fine. Except while he's standing there, the trash robot comes the other direction fast, and he's just like destroying trash, and he clearly has some girl's bra dangling in his horrible metal claw. And he just bumps directly into him, and he's just like, "What the fuck? What is this? What's going on?"
Oh.
Okay. This is the only part where I become really suspicious of him, because you know what that is.
Yeah,
you know what that is.
Everybody knows what the fuck that is. And of course, a red-haired American girl comes jogging around the corner, and she's like, I can't believe you hacked that robot to get it to steal girls' underwear. And he's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How can I do that?
It doesn't. She's very clearly going to be our tsundere type of this show.
But she's like visually close to fucking Asuka from Evangelion.
Yes.
But oddly not German. But and the robot turns on her and starts trying to pull her skirt off, and she's like, what the fuck? Call it off. And he's just like, I can't. I don't know what you're talking about. And it actually pulls her off screen. She's like, you're gonna pay.
Yeah, I don't.
Next vignette.
Yep.
Next slide.
See, if the scene after this didn't happen,
you would have considered continuing. I don't blame
you. I would have. I don't know. Say your thing, and then I'll get into it.
I don't blame you for getting away from this, because he has to walk through the rest of the park, and as he's walking through the park, he sees someone being fully sexually assaulted by a medium-sized dog.
Yes, and the disturbing thing is...
Wait, we skipped over...
Wait.
Yeah, we skipped over the...
We didn't skip over anyone.
The banana in the pants, I believe.
No, because that happens after this.
No, that does...
It does happen after this.
I saw it, so I know for a fact it doesn't.
Well, you said you didn't see it earlier.
I didn't see
you didn't see the reveal about the banana.
Being the banana.
Well,
because he's going down a staircase, right? And
it was in that scene.
No, we haven't talked about the girl falling down a staircase and upon him.
Yeah, no shit, we haven't talked about it. No, the reveal of the banana was in that scene, so it made me think you hadn't seen it. Anyway.
What? Okay.
What do you mean, what? I'm right!
No, Joey's right.
No, the staircase thing happens before the dog, I believe.
It does. The dog's the last one, and I tapped out at that.
What, does it, then does he have to go back to the park?
Maybe,
that doesn't make any sense.
Listen, this show is
This
so
show doesn't make
demented.
sense.
I don't care. We can do it out of order if you want.
I don't care either. Like, it doesn't matter. Like,
so
it's
he's going down the covered stairs that you see in parks all the time. And as he goes down the stairs, he's just like, fine, made it. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. It's not real. It's fine. It's like, I'm just going to go about the rest of my day. And as he goes about the rest of the day, he hears somebody fall down the stairs behind him, and she just fully calls out, "Hey, you!" And then as he turns around because somebody said, "Hey, you," just gets him fully in the face with the crotch.
Once again,
this is a wrestling move, by the way. This is dangerous to attempt whenever you're on concrete.
Mm-hmm. Like, oh god, his head is split open. Oh god, he's not gonna make it.
He's fucking dead, lady. But yeah, of course she lands on him like that, and she's fully like sitting up on his chest, and because she's facing the opposite direction, and we saw earlier this man likes his bananas. And before he left, he threw one in a container. I thought it was a cell phone at the time. I thought it was like a banana themed cell phone, which would have been funny. But no, it's a banana keeper, I guess. And he shoved it into his pocket, and whenever he was forced onto his back, it forced the back end of it up. So it looks like he has a huge boner.
It looked like he had a huge boner, and that was one of the moments in the show also that was just like made me like my eyes, and that didn't really make me laugh, but my eyes did bulge out of my head a little bit.
Whenever she immediately takes him for like a pervert, and he's just like, no, get the fuck off me, because even he can't see. And she's just like, no way you can make demands of me, you fucking pervert. And she just goes to punch him in the crotch, and she smashes the end of the banana back, and it shoots out of his pocket. And that got a sensible chuckle out of me.
I missed that part. I fucking went into sensory over like.
Oh, you just thought he was actually pitching a tent.
I also thought that he was actually pitching a tent.
My secondhand cringe got so bad that I just like it's disassociated for the next like 2 minutes.
But yeah, poor banana boy gets abused by another woman because she very hits him in the balls.
She's like, oh no, you pervert! How would you do this to me? And like, she has all the power in the world to just not be sitting on his face.
Yeah, get up, lady.
It's like, what are you doing?
But yeah, click. Next vignette. Back in the park. Back in the park, he's walking it off and trying to get to school. Whenever he runs into a little dog off its leash, and he's just like, oh, hey, little guy. Just like I love dogs. It's nothing really bad. You couldn't really do anything bad to me. You're so little. And the dog like barks twice and like runs off, and he's just like, "Hey, little guy, where are you going?" Because he's obviously dragging a leash behind him.
He's like, "You want me to lead you somewhere?"
The responsible thing to do would be to pick up the leash and at least look for the owner for a little bit. And he follows him into a wooded area next to some vending machines, where they encounter a medium-sized dog fully sexually assaulting a young man.
Yes.
And he looks at this situation and he thinks back to the rest of his day and he says, I don't see it.
I am not. I am looking
man.
away. He is not going to assist.
This is a moral failing, my man.
This is just it's not.
I understand that you've had a bad day, but you have to help this poor bastard.
It doesn't work out for him anyways.
Because as he goes on, he's doing the fucking animation walk where his fucking ass is sticking out because the other dog, the evilest Labrador I've ever seen.
Oh my god, this
he has
dog
an eye
makes
scar.
This dog makes a horny face, and I hate that.
Hmm.
I despise that.
It's gonna happen again later,
and it gets
I-
worse the second time.
I'm gonna make a fucking analogy that's going to haunt you, but
Well, the if it's when the dog's slobbering, that's the scene that made me stop.
okay,
Yes,
but
this is the tap out part for Louis.
yeah, Louis left after this. So
There's just nothing for me here.
so he is apparently more enticing to the dog, which chooses to mount him instead. And the little silver haired boy is just like, you tried to abandon me. It's just like, come on, man, come on, man. It's not the time for pointing fingers. So yeah, he just leaves him there. And he blacks out.
Yeah. This causes him to be late for school.
Which I don't like the implications of.
It's not great.
But it gets worse later. No, it actually gets worse later.
It actually gets worse later.
Yeah, I just like tell the joke. The joke sucks. It's not funny. This humor is not good.
Man gets fucked by dog? Not exactly the best.
Not good. No, it's bad.
You could even use that theme and like tone it down and it'd be fine. Like leg humping, yeah, that's approaching funny. I guess it's less horrible.
No, there's no way they could have twisted this and made it funny. I'm sorry, it's bad.
But yeah, probably should have been left on the floor.
And good thing the episode's over after this, right?
Good thing the episode ends right here. No, it completely does not.
Actually,
this is like the halfway point. And
it does actually uptick in quality in the second half to a degree.
In quality? Okay.
Listen. It wasn't as horrible in the second.
I guess.
So yeah, he's finally made it to school, and he's just like, oh shit, I'm late. I'm gonna sneak in, and he goes to sneak in, and his friend, who is Ryuji from Persona, actually he's more like Yosuke, but
I guess so.
But he just looks over and he's just like, coming in late, huh?
This little blonde hair.
Shut the hell up!
It's like, leave me alone. I've seen things no one needs to see.
I've experienced things you wouldn't believe. And he goes to crawl to his desk, and he's just like, good thing you made it in time. You remember, your desk is over there in the corner by the window, and you're surrounded by transfer students now. And he's like, what? And he crawls up in there, and before he realizes it, you realize that yes, all of them are here. They are all sitting around him.
Every single one of them.
And also, the Chinese woman is now his teacher.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. One of the love interests is his teacher.
One of the love interests is his teacher, which isn't not ideal. She is going to live with him if the fucking blurb.
The Persona allegations aren't quitting.
Persona doesn't paint it in whatever. I'm not whatever. Persona's fine. Check out Persona 3 Reload coming out February 2nd.
So yeah, he's just like, oh shit. So he just turns to look out the window, and the teacher, Bai, who is she's filling the class in on all of the transfer students and herself, and she's just like, and she notices him in the corner, and she's just like, and you back there trying to sneak in late. You're a naughty boy, aren't you, Mr. Kashiwagi? And he's just looking out the window, and he's just like, I'm sorry for being late.
He's like, making the most demented face while he's doing this. And
it's just like, you could at least face me when you answer me. And all of the girls around him are just like, wow, this guy's kind of weird, isn't he? And he like smashes his face in with his hands.
And he turns my face in.
And he turns to face her, and he's just like, I'm so sorry, I was late this morning.
Then his face springs back to normal, and they all recognize him.
It's just like, can you at least take this seriously? And he's shocked by being reprimanded, so he lets go of his face, and then they all recognize him. And then there's a loud slapping noise. So our next scene is him talking to blonde kid, which is Yoshio. And he's just like, so what do you think about him? And he's fully just got 2 big red handprints on his face.
I need you to know that he does not know his friend's name.
He does
He's
not
like,
know
"Who
this
are
kid's
you?"
name. And he's just like, remind me of your name again, man.
It's like, Yoshio? Like,
he's
duh.
Yoshio.
You should know me by now.
I'm
It's
like the
what
second most
is
popular
this?
character in the show.
So actually, what part happens next?
I think that it goes to the
It's
girls'
over.
fitting room.
Oh,
Not quite. It goes he runs into someone again.
I think because he goes to the basketball court and he sees the little silver-haired guy.
Oh yeah, they go to the fucking gym, and they're all doing their physical education. And Yoshio is filling him in on all of the girls, and like a fucking random fact about each of them, like he's a fucking Sports Illustrated calendar. And he's like, what do you think of the information I managed to gather? It's just like, how did you manage to learn all of this so fast? Some of these facts are incredibly personal. You're kind of scary, actually.
And he's like, which one of them are you going to pick? And he's
just like, I'm pretty sure all of them hate me.
One of them is a teacher and one of them's a guy. And like these guys just like, if you're in love, it doesn't matter.
He's just like, love is love. I see no difference.
thanks, Naruto.
Wow, diversity win.
Thank you, Edward Elric.
This plain-ass anime boy is implied by.
So,
well, there's already a buy-in cast.
They're going to
shit. They're
going to change now, and him and Yoshio are still talking in the changing room. And you actually see the silver-haired kid, Ilya.
Yes.
I keep wanting to say like Ilya, fucking
Ilyukin.
Ilvanovich or whatever, the fucking guy from the Men from U.N.C.L.E., but
what the hell?
The Russian guy. But
that's a deep cut. Good lord,
that is a deep cut. That's gonna fly well on our anime podcast.
Everyone's gonna like that one.
But yeah, is rushing through the back and is like cowering near the back with their clothes, and it's just like, that's interesting. And it's also interesting that they're listed as Irina on the My Anime.
That is interesting.
So while they're doing this, it cuts to the girls' changing room where they're all changing, and it's just like, oh god, you ran into him too? What a piece of shit! They're all comparing notes, and the glasses girl, who has the least reason to be offended at him, is just like, it's just like, maybe we're judging him too harshly. Maybe we should give him the benefit of the doubt. And he's just like, and they're just like, I don't know. And she's just like, come on, don't be so mean. And she realizes something. She realizes she doesn't have any panties.
Yeah.
And then it turns and then it turns towards lunchtime. So our boy Asahina, fuck, I forgot his name.
Oh,
fuck me, Asahi,
yeah.
It's just like, oh shit, I got to get to the vending machine before they're sold out. What the fuck is going on in Japanese schools?
I don't know. Nightmare.
But on the way there, he almost runs into her again because he's rushing, and he's just like, "Oh shit, I'm so sorry." And it's just like, "Hey, we didn't run into each other again." And she's just like, "Hey, when we ran into each other this morning, there wasn't anything like around. Was there? I didn't leave anything behind or anything." He's just like, "Oh yeah, this was nearby," and he pulls out Amelia's bra.
Oh no!
Oh no!
I am cringing so hard.
Fucking sitcom shit.
Womp womp womp.
And she slaps someone, and then he like slaps him hard enough that I think he like hits the ground. And he's just like, oh yeah, and hers are in there still, because he clearly has a pocket full of. Why would you pick up any of these items?
I
don't do this.
He's an idiot, that's why.
This is a foolish thing to do.
No one is this stupid, though.
So
It's
So
an
yeah,
anime.
getting
How many
to
more minutes do we
Bad
have
anime.
left?
So much more.
there's
I can't.
so much is happening. So
I'm gonna cry.
um so yeah, he gets to the vending machines and shit, they're sold out. It was too late. And he heard somebody else cursing. He's just like, shit. And he turns and it's the German girl from earlier. And he turns to her and he's just like, you made it here too late too. And she's just like, what do you want? Oh wow. And she goes to apologize to him. She's just like, I think I actually overreacted. Except she can't get it out because she's still mad. And they're both hungry. And she's just like, hey, wait a second. And he pulls out the fucking banana keeper. And he's just like, well, you could have this if you want. If you don't mind. It's a little beaten up and it's been riding around in my pocket all day. And she's just like, actually, yeah.
Like, I would love that.
And she puts it together.
She's like, oh, you weren't just happy to see me.
You weren't popping a boner. And they're just like, oh, I've been cruel to you. I'm sorry. So it's just like, okay, one girl made up with. Let's see. The next thing he does is he's outside getting a drink, and the
God.
fucking can gets translated to my banana is 6 inches. All banana jokes in this like hit. Everything else is suspect. But he goes to get that and he hears dogs barking and he has a post-traumatic stress flashback.
It's gonna be more than a flashback.
Because the little silver-haired boy runs behind him and he's just like, please help me. And he's just like, there's nothing I can do, man. And she's like, please, come on. And he looks down at the silver-headed kid, Ilya, and is just like, okay. And he turns to the dogs and he's like, you guys get the fuck out of here. And I swear to God, the fucking Labrador from earlier, it's the same one.
It's the same one.
It makes the fucking face that the like berserk like rape horse makes. It's the worst. It's the fucking
like,
worst.
Makes this like drool. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
It's fucking scary.
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
What's wrong with that?
The thing about this particular scene is like, I don't know why, but his ass like sticks out all of a sudden.
No, whenever they're recovering from this situation, Ilya is like rousing him. And you see that his ass is fully out. The dog managed to get his whole pants off.
The dog pulled his pants down.
Somebody kill this dog. Call the police.
This dog needs to be executed.
Like, y'all can't see me, but I have my hoodie on. My hood's up all the way. I'm like pulling on the straps to like make it barely visible.
You're like, I don't wanna.
So we can a sex criminal.
We can move beyond the dog because it was the worst part of this show by far.
Yes, he's gone now. Although it's not the kind of show that would allow a running joke to die. So
unfortunately,
no, we're not continuing. Spoiler alert.
No, this is not going to be watched more of.
But hey, guess what? He made up with Ilya, I guess.
I suppose.
He took that one for the team.
Is that the silver-haired one?
Yeah, that's the silver-haired kid.
Okay, next slide. Chichank. He's in the school again for whatever reason. Lunch break is over, I guess, and he's got like a wound on his arm because the dog fucking bit him. And he's just walking. He's just like, if I can just get through the rest of this day, it'll be fine. I made up with most of them. All the misunderstandings will be smoothed out, and I can be left alone. And at some point, he gets a letter shoved in his locker. That's like calling him out, like, Asahina Kagawashi, meet me under the sakura tree. There is no escape from this meeting.
I didn't even notice that it was that word, that wording.
Which could either be like a romantic assignation or a threat.
Or both.
Or both. I feel like it's both. But
it seems like both, maybe.
But after that he runs into the teacher and she's just like, oh, your arm's hurt. Because she's like an adult.
Yeah.
who's charged with these students. So she actually tries to take care of them. And she's like, come with me, I'll fix it up for you. And he's like, no, it's fine. And she's like, nonsense. And he just drags him to the infirmary. And she dabs it up with a cotton ball and applies a antibacterial spray to it. And she's like, here, all good, all good. She's like,
sorry for almost kicking your head in.
I overreacted this morning. I was still half asleep. And he's just like, thanks for not decapitating me with your beautiful axe kick. And at that time, the last girl comes back. The redhead.
It's Amelia again.
Amelia, and she comes in, and the teacher's just like, is there anything I can help out with? She's just like, no, I can handle it myself. Are you sure? Yeah, I can handle myself. And the teacher leaves, and they're just sort of looking at each other. And he starts to speak, and she's just like, I know. Listen, I know. I actually overreacted. You are far too stupid to be a hacker. You were not controlling the robot. He's just like, thank you for acknowledging that. And he's just like, so it's just like, so you're hurt? So you're hurt? Let me see. I'll help you out. And she's like, it stings, but no, I want to handle it myself. She's like, come on, I'll take care of you. And she's just like, you don't get it. They're chafing.
Because her titties have been out all day.
Because her tits have been out all day.
I need you to know this is extremely not how that works. As a titty haver.
As a bra forsaker?
As a bra. Fuck a bra. It's usually more comfortable without.
But yeah, it dawns on him when she says that. He's just like, oh shit, I still have those. And he goes and fucking opens up his fucking RE4 inventory and moves around all the panties and fucking green herbs and shotgun shells, and he finds the prawn, hands it back to her. And she's just like, thank you. And she goes behind the curtain. And she's like, "What are you gonna stick around?" And she's like, "No, I'm gonna go." And she's like, "Hey, wait, I am sorry. Now leave." so he's conquered all of the trials, and he can go home. He's talking to the Oshio, and she's just like, "So did you get it all squared away?" And he's just like, "Well, I think I made one worse." He's just like, oh, well, you can't win them all. And then the letter falls out of his desk again. He goes, oh, yeah. And then he
better confront this.
He goes to confront this. And he finds the evilest fucking Sakura tree ever. If it wasn't in bloom, it would be terrifying. It's fucking enormous and like twisted.
I kind of...
It's growing over the bodies of dead samurai who died without their wives.
It's fascinating.
But yeah, he's just like, wow, I never knew this thing was here. And as he's standing there, you see a skirt, legs and a skirt come up on him. And she's like, you came. And he turns around and it's the glasses girl from before. And he's just like, oh yeah, here's I really meant to give these to you. Your handkerchief.
It's not a handkerchief is the thing.
And she fucking parries him with, I hate you.
Yeah.
And I love you. Whoever said these words the first time? But I mean to say that I'm in love with you. And he says, what? And they blow away in the wind with all of the sakura leaves.
Well, this is the thing this is where they reveal, because they show like a sparkle between her legs where the panties are not.
Because it's the wind is blowing her skirt up too, and it's showing him the fucking Medusa lights.
That's when he realizes what he is holding is not a handkerchief.
And that's the end of the episode. And
thank God.
The beginning of the period of time I went into the subbed version to find the screenshot of her saying, I hate you.
My feelings on this show, yeah.
So...
Ask me if I'm going to watch more.
Are you going to watch more, Louis? No. Neither am I.
Neither am I. Hey.
Okay, because as for the analysis of this episode...
There is no analysis. It's them being horny.
It was not poorly animated. The music was all right. The dub voice acting was okay. Almost all of these jokes were cringe.
Yeah.
The only things that for me were the banana jokes. And I can see the bones of something funny here. Somebody applying literally every harem trope to an unwilling protagonist, if they were willing to go farther in some areas and much, much shallower in others.
Yeah. The only thing in this show that even mildly piqued my interest was the fact that one of the love interests is a guy, and that is not nearly enough.
And also, he's probably not a guy. It's probably like an
it's
fun situation.
It's probably not.
Because he's listed as Arena on
He is listed as Arena. I don't know. Non-binary icon, I guess. I need everyone to know.
MB icon.
I looked up information on this show, and I'm going to say something that is going to explain everything.
Oh, yeah?
All right? Studio Passione.
Oh.
Our fucking enemy once again strikes with another real stinker.
I know these people.
Studio Passione did Miroku-chan, Ishoku Reviewers. They actually did Higurashi Go.
Yeah, you can't call them all bad, but hey.
But they did Reviewers, which I am.
They're willing to take projects other companies will not.
They're willing to create stuff like that, so it's not a surprise that this is. I'm just gonna if we get more of this studio, I'm just gonna go in with a very wary fucking eyes, because I've been burned enough times now.
So anyway, if you were thinking, haha, a bad anime, I love to watch bad anime with my friends. I do want to issue you a warning. I fucking foresee this. The dog will return.
The dog will return.
They will not leave that.
They're not going to drop it.
So don't go in here.
Don't, it's not worth it even as
dog
funny.
inside.
This isn't even worth a hate watch.
What's actually never mind, I'm not gonna make that joke.
It's a 6.71 on.
That's bullshit.
I knew this.
That's pretty low for my anime list.
But it's higher than you'd hope.
Higher than you'd hope, but...
I want the viewers to know that on the site that we used to observe the episode, there was reactions on the bottom, and I did contribute a sad reaction to it.
I contributed an angry emoji to that one.
I didn't even know that feature existed. But
you go put an angry emoji on there or something.
But yeah, if...
there's no jokes out here.
If you want to give us an angry emoji...
I swear to God, if any of you react with a dog emoji, I will kill you myself at oneepisodecast.gmail.fuck.
.at. That is the word, not the number. We're on Twitter and we are on Blue Sky. We're at
falling the fuck apart.
We're not gonna make it. This one was bad, y'all.
This one hurt Louie and JoJo real bad, and their pain is starting to seep into me via osmosis. I really could go for a banana though.
Oh my god.